Hello everyone, this is Chava Peribán. We are in Heritage Mezcal and Mónica right now. It's in the very delicate and risky business of brewing a new batch of puerty that is absolutely delightful. You told me this was from 2014.
Yes.
So it's a little bit like this idea of maturing mezcal in glass.
Exactly.
Which is where I feel the fanciest. I have a few things that are from 2007 from the guys of Sansecan in Guerrero. And when I see those bottles, I feel... I just feel like very lush, I'm like, I've made it in life. I have a few bottles from 2007, 2011. So this is a very similar situation or construction of value, right?
Right.
But the thing though, which you said, and I like, this is going so fast. I shall give you a moment to concentrate, right? Or the brewing has already happened.
No. Go ahead. It's happening right now.
It's happening right now. I'll just take a teeny sip. I think the only difference in the reasoning is, and I'm just going to repeat something that you told me because I'm still trying to unpack it in my mind, is this idea that puer will have a peak. Mm-hmm. And you have to know where that peak is. Mm-hmm. And that's where it should be consumed, sold, or shared with the world, right? And in that logic, I'm going to tell you a little experience of mine.
Okay, great. Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with what I just said, but this is something that has been boggling my mind for a while now. And it was like, I believe like a year and a half ago, I got commissioned to find a metal forger. Mm-hmm, and I couldn't find the one, so somebody gave me a tip of this guy that was like on the exit from Mexico City through the town of Xochimilco, like going the way to Puebla. Absolute mayhem. And I drive, I get lost, whatever. I find this guy that works with metal and I suddenly, like, in the town, it smells like manzanilla. Like the whole town smells like manzanilla aggressively. And I see all these trucks going in and out with like huge... just like huge parts of manzanilla, and tell this guy like, what's going on? It's like, yeah, we're like the manzanilla capital of Mexico. And manzanilla has a translation to English, is it rosemary? No, chamomile.
Yes.
So it hit me that this thing that has been ubiquitous all my life, if you were to tell me what is the less fancy thing on planet Earth, hot dogs and chamomile. That is my definition of unfanciness, unrefined. I mean, people will lynch me for this, but you wouldn't study it, you wouldn't talk about it. It's just something that it's there. Maybe like gringos have some hot dogs that are like high end and whatnot, but I'm saying like the hot dog of Chapultepec, the hot dog you don't think about. Yeah. So I'm like, wow. So there's this thing that I've drank all my life that I'm sure can have complexity, that I'm sure that is connected to a soil, to agricultural practices, to a way of drinking it, to concentrations, to which water you use to brew it, to all of these things. Yet I have never gone to a restaurant and has somebody told me a story about chamomile. Why is that happening?
It's a very good question. For me, Mexico, we have amazing, the only thing that I drink, it's either teas, very high quality teas, of course, pure teas.
You're not showing off. It's just part of your life.
I'm totally showing off. It's the thing that I can show off.
Okay. She's driving with a Mercedes, by that way.
And the other thing, it's herbs from Mexico. So for me, going to...
Wait, but you don't call them teas. You call them herbs.
Infusion.
Can you explain for the uninitiated?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so no. Tea, it's made only from the plant Camellia sinensis. And then you have different types of tea, greens, white, yellow, black, oolongs, and puer.
And all of these are varietals, in the same way that it happens in wine, where you have your Merlot, Shiraz. So you have these main species, and then all of these things that you just mentioned are varieties.
Well, this is the same plant, but the way of making it on the process is very different, and that's why it is different.
So it's almost identical genetics, really.
Yes, it's the way that you made it that makes a difference between a black tea and a white tea. So, for instance, white tea, it's the leaves of the plant that are like on the top, the most, I would say the buds. It's the most, probably for me, it's the most elegant and sophisticated tea. White tea for me, it's very elegant, very subtle, very charming, but also like very strong in some ways.
Okay.
And black tea, you put it on fire and you give the plant like this process that is completely different. Tastes very different. Like approximately 75% of the tea, it's black tea.
5%.
75.
75%. So you're like, if I take this to the music realm, you have like ambient music by Brian Eno, which would you like white tea, and then you have like metal by Cannibal Corpse,
Exactly.
and that is your black tea. And so you're telling me the metal conquered the tea world. Everybody listens to Cannibal Corpse in the tea world. Love it.
Exactly, because it's the one that, like in the old days, was brought to England. It was brought also to US, like right now, if you go to many places or many homes, they will make like black tea, iced black tea.
Even to the Starbucks.
Exactly.
Right? Like that's your option.
Exactly. And it's like that. So there are different types of.
Oh, sorry. I was picking up the wrong brew.
Yes, because I changed it because this is the proper way to.
Okay.
To do it.
I'm sorry. I tend to do a lot of mistakes in my life. Oh wow.
No. And if you want to try and make an infusion, please go ahead.
Oh no, I wouldn't dare. No, I am not that adventurous, but I appreciate the offering.
So we were talking about going back and talking about herbal infusions.
So,
in Mexico. I love to go to markets.
But this then, genetically speaking, these are other plants. The herbal.
Very different. Yeah. Like chamomile is one plant. Camellia sinensis is another plant. Mint is another plant. Cola de caballo is a different thing.
So,
like
zacate de limón.
Zacate limón. It's like that. Herbal teas, it's almost from anything that it's kind of leafy, no?
Mm-hmm.
And I love to do these experiments, one, because we have so many amazing herbal things in Mexico.
Hierba Santa. You just made me think about a tea of hierbas. Anises. I'm sure we have dozens, if not hundreds of different anises in this country.
Yes, exactly. I cedron. I don't know the name in English.
I wouldn't. Oh, actually, I think I know. I don't know. Like Roy.
Lemon verbena.
We'll do the translation later.
Lemon verbena.
Well, and oh Lord, now you're just making me spark a lot. Cola de
caballo.
De caballo y de conejo hay?
No sé.
Well, you know why I've heard so many of these names too? Because there is the wife of a producer in Michoacán. She does all these medicinal mezcales that she takes all of these herbs. And so you go there literally like if you were to go to a doctor, explain her what's wrong with you. She's like, this is for this for that. I briefly worked in a project that was like an old botica, like an old pharmacy.
Nice.
And they had like the original, like the whole scenography. And that was one of my fantasies, to go to every town, well, not every, but a bunch of towns in Mexico and find ways in which people have put herbs in mezcal for medicinal purposes. So we have a vast, enormous hoja de aguacate, for God's sake.
Yes. Hoja de mango. Hoja de mango. That is one of the best infusion herbal teas, healthy-wise, and nobody knows anything about it. And we just throw the leaves, and it's probably the best part of the tree.
And it has to taste like heavens.
It's sweet. It's subtle. It's sweet. It's very nice. Yeah. And has like amazing things. So for me also it's very important. As a Mexican, it's very important, no? And it's the same principle. Hot water, you infuse the leaves, and then you have like this amazing result. So that's why I drink like pure things only, because this also is amazing. So there's projects that I go like, and I know this person that has like, that brings different herbal things. And I go and I buy anything from her, like everything. And I try with mezcal. I try side to side with tea. I try, like at the morning, the first thing that I drink is an herbal infusion. It's not tea, because tea is more like when I'm like 3 hours awake.
Which is your preferred in the morning? Which is you change it all the time, or you have
I change it all the time.
Okay, so you are your own experiment.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes, like, and if I'm walking, and if you're walking in Valle de Bravo, and there's like people like, would you like hoja de monte? Would you like hoja de monte?
Yes. These are one of my favorite well, it's not even market stands, because they usually don't have the money to have a full market stand. So it's usually people that just have something on the floor, and they have all these mysterious looking things that, to be honest, for the longest time I thought it was witchcraft related.
Could be.
Well,
We're in Mexico. Yeah.
Well, they have like, sometimes they have like barks there, like uña de gato, like, I don't know if that's a bar, like they have all these things. So it just, like it just gave me like the witchy vibes.
Yeah, and you like, it's about that, like, do that experiment, go to a market and ask for the what are like the infusions, what are they for. So most of the time they're like wild herbs. And I think we're in this stage that they're totally underrated. And for me, we should go back and look at our history as Mexicans and see and learn more about infusions.
And like, I mean, this is so out of place, but like, one of the biggest things that I love about what you're saying is that a lot of these, when you go to an industrial agricultural space, all these leaves have to be wasted, because they are so heavy with pesticides, with fertilizers, with all of the kinds of things that you're using, to keep this healthy and efficient and whatnot. So you're losing all that richness, all that money, honestly. So if there was an incentive, money-wise, beyond just the organic and the good people, you have an extra product because you didn't use chemicals in this plot of land. I think that's like such an amazing potential.
Yes, and it's something that we are totally, we just drink mint and chamomile when there is so many amazing herbs, that the flavor, it's, of course, like there's a lot of health benefits, but I like, and people when think about tea, they think about healthy purposes, which is not.
Well, like that's...
I understand why. And we have that culture from our grandmas that, I don't feel well, have a chamomile.
But that was so smart, because they were more, it's like, you're not feeling well, have something delicious.
Exactly.
And comforting. It's the same thing with mezcal. Anybody that says that mezcal has medicinal purpose, I mean, it's more of, okay, it's more the pampering approach. And I think it's as important. Like I don't understand why contemporary hospitals are not the most delightful places. I think they should be better than the all-inclusive hotel, because the moment where you're the most miserable, so all of the conditions around you should be the best.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, that's like, don't hire me as an architect.
And there's amazing projects where they mix, like, for instance, chamomile with lavender, with some other plants or flowers, and make it into infusion, and it's amazing, and it's super tasty, and you can drink that as a cold brew instead of having like any other soda or these other things, and it's so simple to have them. And
you now, I mean, it was already big the way you were describing this, because there are literally hundreds of these herbs and plants that grow around, and that people know about them.
Thousands.
And that there are thousands.
Yes.
They are being currently today being sold at markets.
Yes.
So this is not like, I need to spend 25 years reading books and like trying to find the traces. You can just do a Mexico tour around markets, and they're still alive and kicking.
Exactly.
And then the other craziness, the other level to that, in terms of the creativity of someone that could play with that, is the mixing. So all of those ensembles, all of those unions, I'm sure you can balance maybe the bitterness of one with the sweetness, and that sounds like a lot of fun.
It is, and it's like, every time that I go and visit my family, I have like very young nephews and nieces, and I give them like a cold chamomile instead of just plain water or soda or whatever they're drinking. And they love it. And I put like even some flowers on top of it and make it beautiful, attractive. So they can be like, oh, I want that. I want to drink that. And we're missing so much just going to the market and ask for any plant and have it all the time there and drink it.
And I mean, that's the other. I mean, I just when I was thinking of this episode, I did not think that there was the potential to even solve a health crisis in Mexico. But yeah, like we have a crisis right now of diabetes and obesity and a number of things, and a big part of that is based on what we drink.
A lot.
I will claim that drinking in this country is even more problematic than the eating. And when I say drinking is the sodas and like just the amounts of sugars and crazy stuff that are in those things. It's obscene. And this could be such an amazing alternative, both in beauty, visual beauty, and amazing flavors.
Yes, because a lot of people, you go to many restaurants and they just put either citrus or rosemary.
Yeah.
And
you
can do a lot more.
Come on, kid! Like
you don't have to make a lot of effort. You just throw them out there.
Well, that is you have no idea how. I mean, I sound like a broken record, but I'm slightly very frustrated with the fine dining scene in this city. I think like, why is nobody messing around with this? I just find it like so obvious, so in front of you. Come on, kids, you grew up with this. Exactly. It's not 2 generations away. Like we had these experiences. So I will think that if you are a professional creating and dealing with flavors, like memories will pop up and you'll be like,
exactly, and the experience will be way better because of course you're relating like these memories that you have with the food that you're having, and then you complete the cycle of the food and the beverage that you're drinking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope
one
people
day.
I hope people like, oh yeah, like I didn't think about this earlier.
Do you have is there a project currently in Mexico that it's, beyond your house, which I will call a project if you allow me to, but is there anyone that it's, because I mean, I don't like to complain that much, so I've given my part of complain. I would like to speak of the good stuff. Do you know anybody that is playing with this? Do you know anybody that has started to plant tea, or not only herbs, but also tea? Like, where are we standing in terms of re-understanding herbal infusions and tea in this country? Like, where are we?
So, a few years ago when I started like into tea and we wanted to bring tea in Mexico and everybody loved it, enjoy it. But it was like, people thought about it like it will be very complex to put it in a restaurant because it takes a lot and you have to prepare people and you have like, they see it like overwhelming. So
humble boiling water and herbs, they see it overwhelming.
I know.
Okay.
I know. So but now that is changing very fast and dramatically because there's this restaurant Somsa that is from the same owners of Galanga.
Oh yeah,
Eleazar and Anna.
Well, I've been to Kalanga. I haven't been to Somsa. Yeah.
Yeah. So Somsa, it's a great project because it's Asian food, sparkling wine, and tea. So they have very good teas, and they make cocktail teas, and they cook with tea, and they pour tea in like a Chinese ritual that is Gongfu Cha. Now, very recently, Rosetta started doing it. I haven't been there yet, but Rosetta is doing it as well with tea, pure Asian tea. And there's also other small projects, but not like into restaurants, into the food scene, no? And I remember like talking about herbal infusions. Quintonil was the one that surprised me because they have like this beautiful bag. No. This beautiful ramillete.
I think I knew this word in English, but it's like if it almost. If you take a bunch of herbs, you tie them together.
Exactly.
There's a word.
Exactly. There's a word that
somebody,
I don't know.
Somebody will know. Somebody will know that.
So Quintonil was doing that. They have a mix, and that was amazing. They have like different herbs tighten up, and they infuse it in like a big teapot, and then they pour you in a cup.
Yes.
The tea, and I was like. I get up and I say like, thank you guys, because of course for me it's very meaningful. And I was like, thank you guys, because this is so perfect, because I noticed everything when I go and it's outside. I noticed every single detail. And for me that it's like the selection of the herbs that you put, the effort to like make it beautiful and just rub it in a beautiful thing with a ribbon, beautiful. Everything makes sense with experience of food. That this totally, because it's with dessert. For me, this is a perfect closure of an amazing meal.
I mean, that's again like it's so much more fun to check out the good stuff than complaining. I should have like policies in the podcast that you are not allowed to complain for more than 45 seconds in a row or something like that, and just have like a big timer in front of us.
Well, that's true, but it's also kind of talking about what it could be more easy and it's not executed.
Well, it's frustrating, yeah.
Yeah. So it has a good side.
Okay, and like. Okay, so, I mean, there's so many things that I also want to ask you. You were telling also a really crazy story about a Morelos tea field that it's sort of about... Can you tell that story, or that's more like a private...
No, I really don't know the story behind it. I don't know if it's real or not. It's not that I want to talk about it or not. Like a story that I've heard, that there's this tea field in Morelos, somewhere in Morelos. And there's also this other tea fields in Oaxaca. Because, of course, the similarities in the soil, and to have like Camellia sinensis in Mexico, like in Mexico we can grow almost everything.
That was my, like, again, like cheese stories by Chava Peribán. But, but I was telling you that one time in Shanghai, I found myself... I have this this habit that if I see a place that looks too pretty, I would like to get in. Can be a house, can be a public space. Like I'll just try to find myself in. And I saw this place with just like beautiful wooden cabinets and just like something completely out of this world. And I knock, and because it looked like some kind of business, but I didn't know like what kind of business was that. Like I was just like, I hope it's not jade jewelry, because this will be embarrassing. I don't have the budget to buy jade jewelry, but whatever else, like I might be able to buy a few things, right? So turns out there was like this tea place where you could pay, I think it was like $60 or something, and then you could try anything that they had. And they had like all these wooden cabinets around them. Mm-hmm. And I remember, like, I think the wow moment for me was like this. I mean, my Chinese is non-existent. Her English was okay, but not super sophisticated. And I was there for a while, and I think she was surprised that I was like so happy about this. She was like, look, usually we don't give these leaves to people. I mean, it's similar to story told, but I just brewed this for some other people that came, and there's a little bit left over. So, okay, I'll be happy to serve you a little bit of this. And she explained me that it was like one of the most expensive things they had. It came from one tree that was more than 100 years old or something like that. And they knew exactly where that tree was. They would only harvest a certain portion of the tree, so they couldn't harvest the whole thing. And that, I think it yielded something like 1 kilogram or 2 a year. And that was the share that they had been able to allocate. And all of this just to say that I was like, this doesn't seem like so hard to grow. I'm sure Mexico could do this. Well, I was just seeing so much value.
Yeah, the problem is that we should bring people that knows how to grow it properly, and especially on the process of making it. Because I can have like, there's this, we were talking earlier this amazing tea house in Mexico City from this guy that he has like a Japanese tea house. And it's a philosophy. It's not a place that you go and drink tea and buy. No. It's I don't want to say religion because he's far away from that, but it's a philosophy. And this guy has tea trees there in his backyard, close to the tea house. So my friend and I just grabbed some, like we asked permission to grab some of the tea leaves, and we make tea in his kitchen. And he looked at us like, I would never imagine that you can just grab the fresh tea leaves and you will pan fry it and that will make tea. So, yes, tea trees can grow in Mexico City even.
Well, Mexico City is such a fertile ground.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, this is still a town. That's why I hate the new branding, like CDMX. This is not a city. This is a Distrito Federal. But do you think that, do you have an interest on that, or you are more interested in all of these crazy herbs that are around, or do you like the idea of both?
I like the idea of both because because they're pure in their own way. It's the plant. So for me, that's the most important thing. But I think like Chinese medicine is very relevant, and it has been for thousands of years, and people give respect to that. In Mexican herbolaria, it's not the same.
I mean, I have another story on that. I got lost in China, and I ended up, my mother wanted some acupuncture things. So my brother and I researched like traditional medicine university. We ended up in something like the size of UNAM, I kid you not. We were like, where are we? It's been one of the craziest universities I've ever stepped in. It was massive. I have no way to remember the name. I mean, it was in Shanghai. I guess there's more than one. But it's like, wow. Like this is not like how we consider traditional medicine in Mexico at all. They have institutions, they have programs institutionalized, they have university, like it's a whole different thing.
Well, here in Chapingo University, I think there's some research on herbal traditional Mexican medicine, but it's very different. Yeah.
And it's teeny.
And it's teeny. But at least there's some tiny effort, interest on doing it. But when especially you go to Oaxaca, if you come and talk to people about herbs, it'll be like amazing.
It is again, like I think the more and more I am in this like space of again, like these days I don't even think it's just mezcal or agave spirits or sugarcane spirits or herbs. Like I think you have to see it as a whole package, a little bit like the ramilete you were describing. If you don't have you don't have to, but I think that you get back so much more if you try to see the full picture. And because I think ultimately we're interested in mezcal and all these things because of the intelligence, the creativity, the minds of the people that have been able to identify the potentials of nature, right? Like that's how I see the mezcalero. It's somebody that acknowledges the potential of nature around them. And now you're talking about these herbs, and I still remember this with my mother. We had a yerba santa in front of my house, and every time she wanted to prepare something, just walk out, grab a yerba santa, throw it, and the most simple, just like chicken and whatever's, suddenly was like this super delightful, elevated thing because of a plant that cost nothing.
Yes.
That was just like outside of our window. And I'm talking Mexico City, huh? Like I'm not even talking. I'm talking Tacubaya. It was like deep urbanized, and it's still there. So yeah, like I mean, I'm so happy that really you came, because this is not what I had expected. Like this is way bigger than what I thought.
Yes, because at the end, like, plants are very related to, of course, health, but beyond that, it's an amazing. Just to drink it, it's amazing. And You don't have to put a lot of effort on it. You just put some herbs there and leave it the entire night and for the night, and then drink it, and the taste will be amazing.
So I have
you don't even have to do anything.
I have this silly theory in my head that has been like moving for a while. But you know how these days there's like all these complaints of drinking water, like be hydrated all the time now. And it's sort of like hard, like people don't quite drink water. And sometimes I think like this idea or this perception that water should be neutral is a very contemporary thing. Because I think in towns, every time I go, well, not every town, but like at Sompa, which specializes in clay, this family that I love with a passion, which is Taller Ruiz Lopez from Rufina, they were struggling quite a bit when I first met them. And one time, a rather rich entity came into their house, and they had this spot where they save their water. So they have a well where they go. They have two pots, one where the water rests, and then the other it's transferred to the other one that's from where you serve. And this guy wanted to buy those pots because they were like absolutely gorgeous. And they will have, that money will have served them really well. And they categorically say no. It's like that was made by our mother, and the water that comes out of that tastes in a way that it's unparalleled.
Yeah.
So I think like a lot of the ways we drank water in Mexico was either with herbs, was with traces of clay. There was always traces of flavors attached to the water. We never ever had neutral, sanitized water. Am I crazy, or is that
No, actually, water in anything you drink is very important. Like the quality of the water that I pour into tea, it'll affect like significantly the flavor of the tea. It happens the same with herbal infusions. And the water should be alive. And what I mean by alive, it's not this
esoteric stuff.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I'm starting to get nervous, Monica.
No, it's like real, because now a lot of water doesn't have the minerals that's the meaning of drinking water. That when you drink water with minerals that will help you to be hydrated. So if, and this happened to us, I'm not like doing like some witchy stuff or anything.
Yeah.
Like it's real. Like when you drink a bottle of water that it's set on plastic and you drink it, and you probably feel bloated, and you probably feel thirsty, and you will keep drinking and drinking and drinking water because you're still thirsty. And that's because you don't have the minerals that should be in water. Now, because it's still, because it's so filtered, because so many reasons that the water, it's dead. I would say it's not a term, and but there's science behind this, not only me talking. So the moment that you put some of these leaves, it'll bring like a lot of things. They will add the things that the water currently, especially Mexico City, it's needed.
Oh, okay.
So and that's science behind that.
No. And, but it's again, it's like instead of adding stuff to water that will throw you into diabetes and whatnot, you are using that thing that you will drink every day and making it better, flavor, looks. And I mean, I did not know what. I actually was having a conversation with a dear friend on Saturday, and she was telling me that in Germany, there's like, I don't know, like 17 different sparkling waters or mineral waters that are offered off the counter, and that a doctor will prescribe you depending on the lack of minerals that you have.
Wow.
So yeah, I know it sounds witchy, and that's I could see your face like, oh, I wouldn't say this, but it might come the wrong way. No, like it's been stripped. It's almost like, I don't know if you know the notion of the cristalino, which is these tequilas or mezcales that have been aged, and then they strip the color and flavors out of it. So we're basically drinking stripped water to its bare minimum.
Yes. So yeah, like, for instance, everybody in Mexico, or more commonly, you put Jamaica.
Jamaica, yes, hibiscus.
You boil it.
Yes.
Don't boil it. Do this
Oh.
experiment. Just throw the flour into water, let it sit for the night, and try it. And try both, like the one that is boiled and the one that it's sitting on there for like 8 hours. And the profile is going to be very different.
Which one do you prefer? I mean, clearly not boiled.
Clearly
in
not
way
the
you
boiled one.
described. Yeah.
Because a boiled one, if you don't turn it and take the flowers out and things like that, it'll be bitter.
Yeah.
And even has this astringent flavor.
Yeah.
If you do it like just sitting there, like cold brew, what we would say it's a cold brew, it'll be more sweet. It'll be like better in so many ways because you keep the nutrients of the flour there. You don't burn them with the boiling process.
I love that. I love it. And now we're even getting into flowers. Okay, so I was already blown away with herbs. And now we have to talk. No, I mean, we have to finish this episode at some point. But I will tell you one story about flowers. And again, just like to talk about like the genetic potential diversity, or not genetic, just the diversity that's out there. Like one time I met this woman, which name unfortunately I can't remember, and she was like a celebrated flower decorator or like flower arrangement professional. Mm-hmm. And she usually worked, I think, in the Netherlands or something like that. And no, in Spain, sorry. And she came here. She was not gonna make a project, but then just for fun, she made a small installation. And I told her, like, compared to Spain, did you find in Mexico anything exotic, anything like exciting, a flower you've never seen? She's like, look, dude, in Europe, we have flowers from all over the planet come to us in perfectly sealed. It's like, in terms of diversity, I got it all. Like, you name the flower, I got it all in Europe. She said, what was fascinating here in Mexico is that, you know, if I buy 100 roses in Spain, they are going to have the same size, the same structure, the same shape, all of it, the same shade of redness equally. So here you have like, it's like, you know, you buy 12 roses and they all have their own personality and they're like crazy and looking at you and whatnot. And it's like, wow. Okay, so if there's a country that's gonna save the world of uniformity, I mean, there's a few others, but I would like to think that Mexico is it's up there in the race, no?
I agree. Yeah, and also like talking about flowers, and we're still in November, cempasúchil flower. If you drink an infusion of the flower, it's really nice.
Marigold, I think. Which I don't know how they translate cempasúchil into marigold. Like that doesn't make sense to me. But
but you can use the flowers like to have an infusion or also to eat it.
To eat it?
Yeah, you eat flowers, you eat herbs, you can eat everything. You don't, like when you go to a bar and they put a flower and nobody eats a flower, and it's the first thing that I put in my mouth, the flower. I'm like, why people is leaving the flower? Like it's not just like a beautiful thing there.
Oh wow. Okay, so geez, I think that the follow-up that I would like to do, it's because there has to be some sort of follow-up in the near future. And I've been like trying to fantasize of like, now there's video with us, but I think like video of two humans just talking. I mean, it can be entertaining and whatnot, but I would love to see, like, I would love to go shopping with you.
Let's do it.
That'll be so amazing.
Yeah,
so, okay, I could make a lot of promises right now, but I'm just telling you my intentions.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. Monica, really, really, I don't even know how to say this with enough meaning, but this has been really amazing. Cheers.
Same. Cheers.
I grab the
mezcal.
I go for the tea. That was very soothing. Salud.
Salud.
This was Heritage Mezcal, the incredibly eclectic podcast that likes to delve into the depths of the country we call Mexico. I'm Chava Peribán, your host, and I truly hope you enjoyed this episode. All the sounds, all the music, and now all the videos living in YouTube are made by Roy Sierra. Tómese el mezcalito con gusto y medida y nos miramos al rato.